Okay, so what I'm doing is filling the little wells that I have already put chopped sage in. I'm filling them with olive oil. And what I've discovered is that the easiest way to do this is to use a cruet, because you have a pourer. So something you want to, not rather than just pouring olive oil out of a great big bottle, use something that has a cruet like this that has a nice pour, because you can get the olive oil just in the well, and you'll find that you need to fill it up a couple of times as it soaks up the sage and sinks down, because you want to make sure that each well is covered with the olive oil. And then when I'm done with this, I'm going to wrap it in plastic, and I'm going to put it in the freezer overnight. And then once this is frozen, I have fresh sage that was harvested from my neighbor's garden. She planted the sage to ward off bugs, and she doesn't use a lot of herbs, so she was very generous to share many of her herbs with me. And this is what we're doing to preserve the herbs, is freezing them in ice cube trays. Then you can just pop them out the next day and put them in a plastic bag, and they'll store for months. So anytime then in the future when I need a little sage to cook with, I always use olive oil anyway, well then I will have little cubes of sage and olive oil. My next session with this, because I have oregano and Italian thyme and tarragon, is I'm going to chop those up and combine them and do the same thing, but in larger cubes, because I use those all the time. But this is the method for preserving fresh herbs from your garden.